Most people don't realize this, but preparing can become the reason you never begin. You make the spreadsheet before the project. You watch another tutorial before the workout. You rehearse the conversation in your head, rewrite the plan, compare more options, and keep adding notes to something that already tells you what to do. From the outside, it looks responsible. You're researching, you're organizing, you're trying to do it properly. And yet, when the moment arrives to act, you still feel one more hour, one more answer, or one more perfect plan is needed first. Preparation was meant to bring you closer. Somehow it built a longer road. Research on procrastination shows that difficult tasks can create discomfort before visible work begins, especially when the outcome matters and can't be controlled. Preparing can soften that discomfort. For a while, when the target for feeling ready keeps shifting, more planning may quietly postpone the first real step. You sit down to start an application, project, difficult message, or workout. Now it matters. The real task waits untouched, while you open 3 more tabs, make a cleaner checklist, and search again for a better explanation. You already know enough to begin. It feels responsible. Safer too. For some people, this is tied to task aversiveness. The next step carries friction, uncertainty, maybe the chance of getting it wrong. Organizing gives movement without asking you to be seen unfinished. Imagine this. Your outline is already solid, but you spend the evening choosing a new note-taking app. The screen looks productive. Your chest loosens. That's the clue. Preparation isn't the problem. Sometimes it is exactly what good work needs. The question is, what happens whenever beginning becomes real? Do you learn what you need, then move? Or does every brush with exposure send you back to the comfort of getting ready? And that relief grows stronger when the outcome is something you can't fully control. An interview may bring questions you can't predict. Posting your work means people might respond in ways you can't rehearse. A business idea stays safer in research because no article can tell you, with certainty, what happens once it is yours. Some people find unclear outcomes hard to sit with. It weighs on them. Psychologists use the term intolerance of uncertainty for the pull toward more information and reassurance when the future feels open, though liking a plan does not mean anything is wrong with you. You're packing for a 2-day trip. The suitcase is full, yet your hand reaches for another item because one missing thing feels like it could ruin everything. It isn't really about the suitcase. It's about not knowing. So the folders get thicker, the notes get sharper, and the starting moment gets delayed. There it is. You may be preparing against the fact that meaningful work always contains something you cannot know first. Because the hard part comes later. Your definition of enough may have no finish line. Each new answer can teach your mind that another unchecked detail may still matter. At first, the condition sounds practical. Once you buy the equipment, collect examples, clear a free evening, or finish the course, then you'll begin. So you do those things. Then a new condition appears. Maybe you need a clearer idea, a quieter week, better confidence, proof that the first attempt won't feel embarrassing. You're at the desk with the gear beside you, the calendar open, the notes complete, and your finger hovers over send, publish, or start, until you tell yourself tomorrow will be cleaner. Tomorrow moves too. This is how readiness becomes a private emotional demand, not a measurable condition. It's like a finish line drawn in chalk. Every time you reach it, the line is quietly pulled farther down the road. You are working hard, but the effort can start serving the delay, not the dream. Discipline and avoidance can sometimes wear the same clothes. And this is where people become hard on themselves, mistaking discomfort for a lack of knowledge. It isn't. Knowing the next step and feeling emotionally safe while taking it are different things. You can understand exactly what to do, and still feel your stomach tighten when the moment asks you to do it. You've drafted the email. You checked the portfolio. You chose the gym routine. Now you're staring at the final button, waiting for a calm that never quite arrives. That doesn't always mean you're confused. Sometimes it means beginning matters. The unknown remains even after the practical answer is clear. That matters. You cannot guarantee how people will respond, how awkward the first attempt will feel, or what the outcome will seem to say about you. Nervousness isn't proof you need another week of research. That feeling can be normal. Certainty is not the entry fee for a life you care about. It takes practice. The shift may begin there, not with forced confidence, but with a more accurate reading of the feeling in your body. If someone plans for every possibility but can't take the first step, send this gently. Sometimes they need a mirror, not another plan. The final 2 points explain why movement can create the readiness that preparation keeps promising. There is one kind of evidence no tutorial, checklist, or rehearsal can give you before you move. Preparation offers imagined control. Practice gives feedback. Both have value, but only one lets you meet what you've been circling. You're about to send the message you've rewritten for 3 days. Your heart jumps, your thumb pauses, and then you press send. Nothing magical happens. But now there is a response, a feeling you survived, and a clearer sense of what you would say next time. That matters. That is how self-efficacy grows, not by promising nothing will go wrong, but by discovering through a real attempt that you can respond when it does. The first try may be messy. It may show you that you need more skill, time, or a different approach. Good. That is usable information. Preparation gives you a map. Practice tells you where the ground is soft. Confidence rarely arrives as a mood before you begin. It begins forming after you move, adjust, and see that imperfection did not end the story. That matters. And that changes the question from, when will I feel ready, to something much more useful. This is the part that changes the whole picture. You may have believed that enough preparation would eventually unlock a feeling that gave you permission to start. But readiness often works in reverse. It is not always the ticket that lets you enter the experience. It can be the receipt you receive after you have already stepped inside. That doesn't mean acting recklessly or ignoring real skill gaps. Some decisions need training, planning, and caution. But once the next practical step is clear, gathering more material may not create courage. It may keep you safe from feedback. You're outside a locked-looking door, holding folders, notes, maps, backup plans, and every tool you believed you needed, and you remain there until the door becomes part of the story you tell about why you cannot begin. Then you notice it was never locked. Your hands are simply too full to reach the handle. You don't need to become a different person before an honest first attempt. You need room to learn while moving. That is where the evidence lives. Not before. The next time preparation starts building a longer road, don't assume you are lazy, weak, or incapable. Often, it means the next step matters enough that you are trying to remove every risk before you take it. But uncertainty isn't always a warning sign. Sometimes it is simply the feeling of standing at the edge of something real. And you don't have to conquer that edge. You only have to stop treating it like a wall. If you enjoy learning the hidden psychology behind the habits that make capable people hesitate, subscribe to the channel. Once you can tell the difference between useful groundwork and endless getting ready, you stop waiting for a perfect feeling and start noticing the real evidence that you are already able to move.